After starting the season off 6-2, hearing MVP chants for Baker Mayfield, and looking like one of the better teams in the NFC, the Bucs have been sucking for air. They've lost 4 of the last 5 games, and they've looked horrible doing so. They don't have a complete team. Their defense is struggling, their offense is struggling. You're hearing rumors about is Baker Mayfield that guy anymore? Should Todd Bowles be fired? It's a lot of nonsense, but the truth is this team has not looked good. But here's the good news. Their most valuable player, their X factor, is back. Mike Evans, he's playing tonight against the Atlanta Falcons. And with Mike Evans present on the field, it's going to bring out the best in Baker. It's going to bring out the best in this receiving room. And it's going to allow for this defense to play great defense. Again, play Todd Bowles style defense, which is just A plus defense. And the reason why is Mike Evans, he's a safety blanket. He is who propels this offense. He's the motor. He's the catalyst. He brings out the best in Baker Mayfield. When you're looking at the Bucs, when you look at Baker Mayfield since joining the Bucs, when he has Mike Evans on the field compared to when he doesn't, it's night and day. He has a worse completion percentage, a worse passer rating, way less yards per game, a worse touchdown interception ratio when Mike Evans isn't on the field. And on top of that, the wins, I mean, it is noticeably different. When Mike Evans is not on the field, the Bucs are 4-8. When Mike Evans is on the field alongside Baker Mayfield, the Bucs are 22-13. That's a 30% increase in winning percentage. And it's not a small sample size. 12 games, that's a pretty large sample size since 2023. That shows you that the Bucs, they need Mike Evans. When you look at the wide receivers, Emeka Egbuka was one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League to start the season. He wasn't just one of the best for a rookie. He was one of the best point blank period among all wide receivers. He has 6 touchdowns this season, but 3 of those touchdowns came in the small amount of games that Mike Evans played. I believe he played 4 games, but in that 4th game he got injured, so I don't know if you count that as 3 games or 4 games. But long story short, Abuka had half of his touchdowns when Mike Evans was on the field. Chris Godwin and his career has played amazing football when Mike Evans is playing alongside him. Mike Evans isn't? Well, look at him now. Godwin has not been playing all worldly football this season since coming back from his injury. This team with Mike Evans rostered is a lot better. And on top of that, the offense, if the offense can sustain drives now, which they should because Evans is back, it's going to allow for this defense to stop giving up so many points and so many yards because they're finally going to have time to breathe, to relax, to reset, and to play good football. It's hard to play good defense when you're always on the field. Bucky Irvin is also back. He's been back for the past couple of weeks, but with him present, this running back room is finally going to be what it wants to be, like it established itself the past couple seasons as a three-headed monster with Rashid White, Sean Tucker, and Bucky Irvin there. You know, Bucky is that do-it-all guy. He can accomplish it in the running game and the passing game. But more importantly, when you have 3 really solid running backs with that upper echelon guy and Bucky Irving, it's going to allow for the 3rd quarter, the 4th quarter for this run game to just run down the throats of opposing defenses. They're going to be worn out. If you can just keep establishing the run like the Bucs have done the past couple seasons, these defenses aren't going to have an answer for you. And that's going to solve the biggest problem potentially for this Bucs offense, which is their inability to score in the red zone. They're one of the worst teams when it comes to scoring in the red zone, only scoring touchdowns 50% of the time they reach the red zone. With Mike Evans back as one of the best red zone threats in all the NFL, he's 6'4", 6'5", fast, strong. I mean, he's going to get you touchdowns in the red zone, but also with this running back core finally back and healthy, it's going to be exploding. And the last thing I want to say is when you look at Mike Evans coming back from injury, some might be hesitant to say, well, is he fully healthy? Like, is he going to be effective because he may not be 100%? Well, Rondé Barber put it a good way. Mike Evans has been dealing with a hamstring injury nearly every single season for the past couple seasons. And what has he done? He's been consistent. He's put up over 1,000 yards every single season. He's gotten you a lot of touchdowns every single season. Mike Evans may be 100%. He may be 70%. But whether he's 70% or 100%, he's going to make this offense fire on all cylinders because his presence alone is what's going to bring this team together. I'm not saying Mike's going to go out there and get 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, but because he's out there, Baker's going to throw for another 100 yards and get another 2 touchdowns. When looking at this game against Atlanta, the Bucs should win this game. They're going to be able to succeed in this game. The Falcons, they struggle at stopping the run. When you have that 300 monster, like I noted, you can establish it and continue it on for a while. The Falcons, they run this really bad zone defense. When you have Ibuka, Godwin, McMillan, Evans, this is going to allow for Baker Mayfield to pick it apart as a passer. Then you look at the flip side, the defensive side of the ball for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bijan Robinson's the main guy you have to circle up to say stop him. What has Tampa been good at least this season? Stopping their run with Vita Vea up the middle. So they should be able to handle Bijan Robinson. And then it's gonna be can you stop Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts? And yeah, they're gonna be able to stop those guys. I know Kirk Cousins is a big Tampa Bay killer. I mean, he went and balled out last season for 2 games against these guys. And then he had that moment when he was on Washington against Tampa Bay. But nonetheless, Kirk has not looked like that guy this season. He's been playing good football. Don't get me wrong. He's looked solid. But I expect this Tampa Bay team at home in a primetime game, getting their guys back, getting Mike back to play a different level of football. And not for nothing, Todd Bowles, he's a great coach. I know people are ripping him apart. It's hard to win games in the National Football League year in and year out when you're recycling through OCs. This team, like I said, with Bucky back and Mike back, they're going to be able to look the part again offensively. But there was bound to be a moment where this team struggled to put things together. Look at the Eagles. They're on their third OC in a past handful of years, and they hit on Shane Steichen, they hit on Kellen Moore, and they're struggling this season. They won a Super Bowl last season, so it's just bound to happen. Todd Bowles doesn't deserve to be fired. Baker Mayfield shouldn't be cut or traded. This team's gonna be great. This team's gonna look better than it ever has this season, and Mike Evans is the reason why. Let me know what you guys think. Will they win the division? Should they fire Todd Bowles? Should they trade Baker Mayfield? Will they win tonight? Well, Mike Evans, is he really the X factor? Is there anything else you guys want to hear about? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.